Welcome to the Celetha Show, where we inspire individuals from all processes of life to reignite their faith, strengthen their family dynamics with healthy relationships, creating a productive culture for many generations to come. On this show, you'll gain so many positive tools that you can implement in your daily life to live healthier and wealthier. Listen to the end. The last point is crucial. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. We are super excited to be with you all on this beautiful Tuesday evening again. I am your girl, Celetha, how beautiful, Robbie, and we are so excited to continue on doing what God has commissioned us to do with the Celetha Riley Show. Thank you so much, our listening audience, our followers, those of you that are on social media, on our Facebook, our Instagram. Thank you all so much for continuing to chime in every Tuesday at 7 p.m. as you engage in our various conversational pieces that are family friendly for everyone to help the family dynamics, as we always say. Then guess what, you guys? We are in the wellness series for the entire month of June. We are in the wellness series, and guess what? On last week, I threw out a challenge out there. How many of you accept the challenge? And our challenge was, how well are you? Yes, for the entire month of June, we are committed to taking better care of ourselves, to be more intentional, more engaging, and to dedicate more of just doing things for ourselves, taking better care of ourselves mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, emotionally, all of those beautiful things because we're in the summer months. We're in the vacation months. And even though we're going to be traveling, enjoying family, going to various events, family reunions, weddings, girls' trips, all of those different things, guess what I want you all to include for the month of June? Well, for the entire summer. As we're in spring, going into summer, I want you all to include yourself in this wellness journey. Yes, I do. So guess what, you all? It's our wellness conversation, and today we're going to be talking about our physical component of wellness. Yes, it is so important we take care of ourselves physically as well. And I'm know many of you all that are listening in, they say, Celetha, oh my goodness, you got us lit on last week when you talked about the mental components. It is very important. Yes, we wear multiple roles. We're moms, we're dads, we're soccer moms, we're in athletes, we're, graduation is this time of the year, so we're doing so many various things with the family. And of course, we want you all to remember you as well while you're in the midst of doing this. And what is wellness? Wellness is simply the quality or state of being healthy in body and mind. Yes, it is that easy. Not difficult, not too much to embrace. It is simple. It is the quality or state of being. And it is so important when you look at these two very important words, quality and a state of being. Both of these are very intentional words, you guys. Listen to me very closely. Quality. When you go to the store and you're looking for an outfit to go to a wedding, to go to a party, or to celebrate yourself, you having an outfit custom made for yourself. You want the best quality material. You pick out the design. You talk to the seamstress, and you're very engaged or you're very hands-on on how you want your outfit to fit your body, right? I can recall last year when I was having my dress made for my 51st birthday, you all, I was very detailed. And let me tell you all something. When I said to my seamstress, I said, listen, I am not going to lose any, I'm not going to gain any weight. I'm going to lose weight because I'm going to make sure I get in my dress. And he was like, I hear that all the time, so I don't see when you come back. Listen, the quality of dress that he was making me all, the style that was going into it, the architect of it, how he drew it. It looks so beautiful, and the various stones that he selected to lay on the garment. Let me tell you all something. I said, oh no, this is the quality that I want, and guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to be very intentional about this journey that I'm going to go weight I'm gonna lose. So when I come back from my fitting, guess what I'm gonna do? I am going to get into this dress, and I am going to be looking fabulous. Fabulous, you guys. So guess what? When you think about quality, you want the best. You don't want anything, he showed me various fabrics. He said I can make it with this, and that one was a little thin. I can make it with, he gave me three swatches. He said I can use this one, and it's a lower grade of quality, but this one is much thicker, and it costs a little more, but it's going to give you the look that you're looking for. It's going to allow your dress to lay the way that you want it to, and it's going to embrace your figure perfectly. But it's going to cost a little bit more. It's going to cost just a little bit more. But he said, let's go with the second pattern. The second pattern is just as best, but I would have to tweak it some to make it do what the third pattern can do. Guess what I decided to do, you all? I went with the best pattern. I didn't compromise. Even though the second pattern could have did what he said he could do, he would have had to manipulate it from to give it that extra that I wanted. But no, I made up in my mind right then and there. Listen, it may cost me a little bit more, for the work that I'm going to put in to get into this dress, it is going to be well worth it. So that's what I want you all to think of yourselves while you're on your wellness journey. Because remember, the question that I posed for the entire month is, how well are you? And guess what? I want you to think about the quality that you deserve, the value that you deserve. Don't give yourself anything, or don't settle for anything. We're talking about the physical. When we're thinking about the physical component, meaning our body, we can't give our body anything. We can't give ourselves less. We have to think about the quality that we deserve to function properly, to operate on a daily basis, to interact, engage, and do various tasks that we must do on a regular basis. So guess what, you all? When you think about the quality, when you think about the food, the absorption, the water, yes, water is important. We hear our doctors, we hear everyone talk about the water intake. Take a moment and think about how critical water is for our body. Think about it. We have to really be more intentional. We have to be more disciplined. We have to be more dedicated this month, you guys, because it is a wellness series. We have to be more intentional. And guess what? I am holding everyone accountable. We all are. We're each other's accountability partner. How about that? Those of you that are in the listening audience, you're my accountability partner. And those of you that are on social media, we are each other's accountability partner. I'm holding you all accountable just as you're holding me accountable. So I have to make sure I am giving myself the best of the best. And I want you to make sure that you're giving yourself the best of the best as well. Because don't you think for a moment that you deserve the best? Not second less. Quality. Quality. As I was giving you an example of how my teachers and I were going back and forth, and the various designs that we were talking about the fabric and so on and so forth. And guess what? Even though it cost me a little bit more, I still decided to go with the better quality fabric. Why did I decide to do that? Because I wanted the best for myself. Was pricing important? Not necessarily, because I knew I was going to put in the work, or I had been. Let me correct myself. I had been putting in the work mentally, physically, financially, and spiritually to complete my wellness journey. Guess what, you all? I've been on the wellness journey many moons or many months before we actually started. So God said, come on, let's get that. Let's get the people involved. Let's help them get engaged so they too can get up and start feeling their better selves. That is what He wants each and every one of us to embrace, you all. He wants us to embrace feeling well, mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, emotionally, all of these components. And how are we going to do that? By taking better care of ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. So for the entire month of June, guess what? We all are on this challenge together, and I am going to continue to ask you all this question: how well are you? And on last week, let me tell you what will happen. It is so amazing. Even though I've had these conversational pieces before, there is something about when God says, let's talk about this again. There is always a reason why God wants us to revisit some things because we could have missed something in the previous conversation or the previous experience. So there could have been times in the time gap or time space that we missed something and God wants us to embrace or He wants us to really perfect a skill, a tool, uh, was it a behavior pattern. He wants us to really, really master it. He wants us to grow, in other words, in certain areas. So we may grow in one area and we may have missed it in another. So God will allow us to revisit certain things at certain times so we can grow completely. Okay, you all? And guess what? He has us back to the wellness series. So again, last week I was examining this question after the radio show and I was like, wow, that's amazing. How well are you? Because I often ask myself that question over and over and over because you want to have conversations with yourself. You know, people will say, don't talk to yourself, girl. Don't you sit there and talk to yourself. Don't you be talking to yourself and don't you answer. It is so funny because many of you, not only myself, you've heard that before. You even said that to yourself or someone has said that to you. Won't you be talking to yourself? Well, don't, as long as you don't answer, you okay. Listen, you all, last week I was having a conversation with myself. I said, what? How well are you? And it made me think, you guys. It really did. It made me, guess what? It made the host analyze herself to make sure she's okay. Oh, yes, because you want to always be in a position or a posture of learning, a posture to grow, a posture to analyze yourself so you can continue to evolve. Yes, that is what it's all about. You want to make sure that you are in a position of worship. As I have my hands up in our studio, I have my hands up in a position of worship like God. Here I am. Search me, Father. Anything that is not of you, God, purge me, cleanse me. I'm always yielding myself before God because I want God to examine me just as when we go to the airport and TSA sends us to walk through that machine and we have to hold our hands up, ladies and gents, so we have to turn to the left or turn to the right, or the machine goes around to analyze us to make sure we can get it all clear. Yes, that's what I want God to do for me. And I want you all to do want that the same thing for you. So hold those hands up and say, okay, God, here I am. The question is, how well am I? So as God examines you and show you, oh, there's something in your mindset you need to work on. Oh, there's something in your physical body you need to work on. Wow. So if we're talking about the mind and the body, the quality or state of being healthy, what do you mean being healthy? Your thoughts. We talked about the mental component on last week. The physical. What are you embracing? What are you eating? What are you visualizing? Who are you watching? What are you listening to? What conversations are you engaging, interacting in? Don't you know all of those things play a major component on your physical well-being? And I know many of you may say, what? Really? Yes, it does. Think about it for a moment. Think about it for a moment. Because the people that you have conversation with, if they're having issues in life or they're having concerns at that moment, guess what? Those problems can weigh you down as well. They can weigh you down, and then you begin to be stressful. You begin to be more involved and more concerned about what they're going through and how they're navigating through it. And then you can overlook or neglect yourself, the physical. Then you have sleepless nights. And if you're going through in your relationship, if you're going through in your marriage, so many different things are taking place. Guess what? It has the ability to affect you physically. How does it have the ability to affect you physically? Because guess what? The stress factor, the stress component, the stress level can go higher and higher and higher. So as we're talking about this physical component about being in the state of good health, you all, it is so important that we take as best care of ourselves as we possibly can. And as I was analyzing myself and I was having a conversation, I even asked myself, how well am I? Do you all know when you sit, and as I gave you all examples, I'm going to give you some positive points to really help you analyze yourself. And then you want to say, it's so important to take a moment and stop and just sit and have a conversation with yourself or just allow your brain to unwind. We talked about that on last week. Remember you all? point as you allow yourself to relax and you allow your thoughts to unwind and you allow your mind and your spirit, your body, all of those things to come in harmony, guess what is going to happen? There are going to some things are going to reveal themselves and it's going to touch your heart. Yes, areas that you thought you had improved in are going to touch your heart. Or areas that you have improved in, but there are still worries on your heart, they're going to bring a tear to your eye. It is so important when you have that space of peace. You have that moment where you can really analyze yourself. And don't be afraid to analyze yourself, you all. Don't be afraid because that is how we grow tremendously. When you can come to a moment of peace, when you can come to a moment of acknowledgement, when you can come to a moment of facing your fear of yourself, that is a huge milestone. Yes, when you face the biggest hurdle, the biggest obstacle, which is facing the fear of yourself, that is when growth is. Mm, that is when good growth really takes place because you're laying yourself all out on the table before you now. Because guess what? This is about us. This is 101 this month. You're challenging yourself. You're having conversation with yourself. The good, the not so good, what you need to work on, what you're going to continue to work on, and what you've overlooked for many years, and how your health is being tested physically, how your body is being challenged physically. We are going to address these issues for the entire summer. Yes, because this wellness series, it is going to challenge you. It is going to touch you in some areas. As I said last week, it brought tears to my eyes. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. And not only is it helpful and beneficial to you guys, it is helpful and beneficial to me as well. As me being a pastor, a leadership, a personal development mentor, listen, this is helping me as well because I love to see growth and involvement. I love to see expansion. I love to just be able to embrace new ideas, new thoughts, new interventions, new different things that help you grow and evolve, and therefore you're able to help others as well on their wellness journey, on their growth journey, and it is such a beautiful thing ahead. Mm-hmm. It is amazing, you guys. It is amazing. So I'm going to continue to challenge you all. How well are you? Ask yourself that question. And those of you that are watching me over there on social media on Facebook, listening in, go ahead and comment up under that banner. I want you to comment. Put a thumbs up. How well are you? Don't be afraid to answer the question. Don't be afraid to stop for a moment and say, Celetha, I am not well. I really am not. I need to work on some things personally within myself. No, this doesn't have anything to do with anyone else. It's just me. It's myself. I need to work on me so that I can become a better individual. I can have healthy relationships. I can engage with other people in healthier manner. Yes, there's nothing wrong with that at all because I do it all the time because you don't want to get to a position where you think you're perfect and no one can tell you anything. You have that I know mentality. I know. Well, guess what? Our body will tell us what we really know. How about that? Yes, it will. Our bodies will tell us what we really know. Yes, it will. Oh, yes, it will. And you all know those aches will set in, those migraines will set in, that vision will become blurred, that sleep will become uncomfortable, that fatigue will set in. Why? Because our body is sending us signals, red signs, red alert. Hello, I'm not as well as you think I am. Hello, we're not doing well. Hello, take a moment to exhale. Remember last week we did our inhale, exhale exercise. Take a moment to breathe. Take a moment to stop doing everything and being everywhere for everyone. Take a moment and put us first. And guess what? I know many of you are like me and been there before. We've ignored our bodies, and our bodies had to show us who was in control. What? Our bodies had to show us who was in control by shutting down. Oh, that is not a good feeling, is it, you all? Go ahead and tell the truth. Go ahead and confess. Confess move until it is ready to do so. So let's take some preventive measures, you guys. How about that? Let's take some preventive measures to prevent our bodies from throwing up the stop sign and saying, stop, you cannot go any further. Not yield. When that red light comes on, you can't do anything. So quality. Let's talk about quality because we want to be in a state of healthiness, you all. We do. We have to take better care of our temples. It is so important that we do. You guys, we eat a lot. We know the food consumption is amazing. We go out to restaurants, we order takeout, we eat in at home, we eat, we consume, 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 consume. And guess what? We have to get up. We have to move our bodies. Those of us that are able to do so, because I know some people may not because of medical reasons, so on and so forth. But those of us who are able to, let's get up, let's breathe, let's stretch, let's move around. Because don't you know the better your body feels, the better your mind can perform, it can operate, you can think clearer. You will be so upbeat, happy, excited, moving around, full of joy, full of excitement, bubbly, all of those good things. You ever ran into a person that's always bubbly, the bubbly one? Girl, why are you so bubbly? It's just my personality. Nothing affects them. Nothing bothers them. I had a conversation with an individual a couple of weeks ago. I said, girl, you always so bubbly. Is it because of the time shirt? And she said, no. She said, I just took control of my life many years ago. I said, come on, share with me what it is that you did. She said, I decided to put myself first. Wow. I said, you gotta be kidding me. She said, no, I'm not kidding. I decided to put myself first. She said, life is going to happen. Bills are going to be here. Family issues are going to come. I just decided with the help of my pastor and the teachings that you've given us inside of the women's group, I decided, with trial and error, making mistakes, starting and stopping, but I finally made a decision to embrace it and continue on. Did you guys catch that? She said, I made a decision to embrace it and to continue on. Follow through. Because stopping isn't going to help me. I'll have to start back over again and again. And I could have been at the very point where I was going to win. But by me stopping, guess what it caused me to do? I had to start all over. And so he said, I don't know about you. This is the conversation we had. She said, Pastor, I'm tired of starting over. She said, yes, you get to a point where you are tired of starting over. So you might as well continue on. What's the worst that can happen? You learn something about yourself, you improve in the area, you grow, you learn something new about yourself. What's the worst that can happen? Growth. But if you don't continue on, you know what the outcome will be. Nothing going out, so nothing will come in. So I challenge you all again on today. The red sign is up. Stop. Stop right here and put yourself first. Because this entire month for the wellness series, we're targeting key areas that we as individuals have to address. Mental wellness, physical wellness, financial wellness, spiritual wellness, emotional wellness, all of these tie into living a healthier lifestyle. All of these tie into having healthy relationships with your children, with your spouse, with your coworkers, colleagues, community, different. Once you begin to embrace the concept of I have to take care of myself, I have to work on myself, and I'm willing to do so. I am. I'm willing to do so. And as we were having that conversation, listen, I laughed a little, and as I was laughing, she said, I know why you're laughing. I said, yes, because we've been on this journey for many years. And through trial and error and experience and testimonies and starting over and stopping, starting over and stopping, I can agree with her as well. You get to a point where you get tired of starting over again and again because if you're someone like myself that likes to write things down, and you go over your notes, you find different files and you read over them and you look at the date, always date it now, and you write down the time that you wrote down that little nugget, and you say to yourself, wow, I wrote this down a year ago, 4 years ago, however many, whatever time frame it was. I wrote this down and look what is going on today. Same day God brought me back 4 years later. what could have happened if I would have continued on and not stopped? I would have been much further. Hmm. Guess what, you guys? Something to think about. Something to think about. And of course, we know we always hear the older you get, the wiser you get. That is very true for some individuals, but some individuals haven't reached that point yet. And then, of course, you do have younger people who are full of wisdom as well. And life will teach you various things at an early age, mid age, season age. It'll teach you things, and you'll embrace the philosophy of not stopping. I can't stop. I can't afford to. It's going to cost me too much time. Let's talk about that. Time. Time is of the essence, you guys. Time is very important. Time is very important because tomorrow is a brand new day. What we do today, we can't get back tomorrow. Tomorrow is a totally different day. We have to rise up early in the morning and we have to make it happen for tomorrow. We have to do various things to continue throughout that day. So what we do today matters. We have to make the best of today. We have to give today our full effort, ability, attention, give it our all. So therefore, when tomorrow we rise up, and if we didn't complete everything today, at least we'll feel like, okay, at least I tried, right? At least I did put forth some effort, right? At least I did make a little now. But if we don't do anything and we lay down tonight, we wake up tomorrow, okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? It is time for us to stop existing and really start to live. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. Did you all catch that? It is time for us to stop existing, meaning just simply going through the motion. Going through the motion. I'm just going to do this. I'm just going, whatever comes, I'm just going to flow with it. No, 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 no. Write it out. Plan. Prepare as best possible. At least you have an agenda. At least you have an outline on what it is that you expect to try to accomplish. But if you have a blank canvas, a blank piece of paper with nothing on it, how are you going to navigate through that? So I encourage everyone that is watching me, go ahead. If you have a calendar now, we're in the 6 month. Go ahead and write it out for the remainder of the year. Just try it by faith. Try it by faith. Just write down different things. Let me give you all a kind example. We were involved in another activity on Tuesdays. And guess what I did? For the remainder of the calendar year, every Tuesday, I circled every Tuesday. That assignment abruptly came to an end, and this opportunity came forward. Can you all imagine if I had not positioned myself, right? If I didn't have positive thoughts about what was already taking place on that Tuesday, I was upbeat, excited, looking forward to every week, showing up, doing what it is I had to do. Just looking forward to engaging, interacting with people, sharing the ideas, sharing the business plan, sharing the organization, just sharing everything that we had mapped out to do. And guess what? It abruptly came to an end, y'all. Things do happen. But guess what? I was afforded another opportunity. So when that opportunity was afforded to me, I was ready, y'all. I was ready, and it came right in alignment. It fell right in place to what I already had circled for the remainder of this year. I encourage you all to do this. This exercise, it works. Many people say it's called manifesting. Well, guess what? If it is called manifesting, speaking it into existence, then you have it. It works. You have to have faith. You have to have a positive outlook. You have to have positive energy. Everyone is going big on energy. I'm going to talk about the energy and the spiritual component as well. Your spirit, man, you have to be upbeat. You have to be excited. You have to be positive. You have to have a strong, positive support system around you. Even if you have those moments when you aren't feeling your best, they can encourage you and they can speak life into you and they can reassure you it is okay. Everything is going to work out. Why? Because they see your passion, your drive, and the effort that you're putting into it. So get that calendar or get those papers and make you a calendar and begin to write things out, you all, because time is of the essence. It is time for us to stop existing. and start living. Okay, you all, because you can live a great quality of life with what you have. Many of you have the tools, the keys right in your hands. You have to utilize them. We know many of us make New Year resolutions at the beginning of the year. Some may hold on to them the same day, the same week, or the same month, or drop them off. But it's never too late to pick it up. I myself, my family, we don't make New Year resolutions. We've been stopped those. We come into the New Year with a plan. We go before God. We go before God faithfully every year. We have a cutoff time for our family, our ministry, and we go before God for answers, for direction. We seek God first. It is so important. Matthew 7:7, it says, ask, seek, and knock. It is so important. And on this wellness journey, I want you to incorporate the word of God. Matthew 7:7, ask, seek, and knock. Ask God, what is it that you need to do for yourself? What areas you really need to zone in on? Don't allow fear to stagnate you all, okay? You've wasted enough time. You've given other things more time than necessary. Give yourself the time. Give yourself the attention so you can receive the quality, the value. You can appreciate the new person that you're evolving into and your health, your well-being, your activities, longevity, long life. That's what it's all about. Your wellness, it is about longevity, long life, prolonging life. Mm-hmm. It is. It is so important. What you put in is what you get out. Time. Oh, yes. We talked about quality. I gave you an example on how men seem to reflect different patterns, and I think it was top quality one. Yes, it was much more expensive, but it was going to give me exactly what I want without any manipulation to it. Exactly what I needed for the results that I was expecting. Are you expecting? Are you expecting greater for yourself? Are you expecting things to turn around for you? Are you expecting this exercise to really work for you? Are you expecting to make it through this 30-day challenge on the wellness series? Are you expecting to reach one realistic goal? That's sitting down, analyzing yourself, asking yourself the question, how well are you? Are you expecting your emotions to overflow? Are you expecting yourself to stop or are you expecting yourself to continue on? What are you expecting? That's another question. What are you expecting for yourself? If you expect greater, you will receive greater. If you expect more, you will receive more. If you're expecting abundance, expect all good things. Shun the negative. We've embraced the negative long enough. We've given too much thought, energy, attention to the negativity. Let's try for this month to give more thought, attention to the positivity. What if I do this? What will happen? What can happen if I embrace this? What could happen? What is the worst that could happen? Change. I'll learn something new. What is the worst if I don't start it? Nothing. Nothing is going to happen. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. We talked about quality, you guys. We talked about time, because it's time for us to stop what? Existing. Because we need to do what? Start living, you all. So let's put in the work. Because our bodies, our temples, our wellness, our health needs it. I don't know about you all, but I used to get so tired. And when I would go to the doctor, they would say, oh, Mrs. Riley, your pressure is up. Oh, Mrs. Riley, your iron is. Oh, Mrs. Riley, scale is. Oh, you get to a point where you just close your ears and you're just looking at their mouths go, wow, wow, wow. Can I be true for you all? And I know many of you are listening and like, yeah, you can lie. And then you're like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, still my moment. You know you're doing something, but you're really not giving it your all, going the extra mile, bring you stop eating and snacking, and you know you could do a little bit more, but guess what? You are so that big feet. What is that big C, Felipe? You are so comfortable. What? Well, I can camouflage this thing. I can wear a waist shape or I can wear a girdle, ladies. And some men can't wear the shirt, the tuck it in. But that scale isn't going to let you tuck it in. That scale is going to keep exposing you. So what are you going to do? Are you going to let the scale continue to win, my friend? Are you going to show up this one and say, listen, scale, I am tired of you whipping my behind, and I am going to get myself well this month, next month, and the month after. I'm going to continue on as long as I can. Because Celetha is crushing my toes on this world is still serious. She's just right in my stomach. She's right in my face. Yes, we have to get uncomfortable, you all. We have to get tired of hearing them. I know I was, me and my doctor, we used to go where he used to text me and say, hey, Miss Marty came in, but I'm like, oh, here you go again. But guess what, you all? I was tired of looking at that high blood pressure machine going up to those high numbers. I was tired of looking at it. So I made a decision that I was going to get uncomfortable in order to become more comfortable. So what do? I accept the challenge. Month one, I put myself on a no-meat challenge. Not my doctor, not my spouse, not you, no, my Celetha made it personal. So that is what I want you all, our listening audience, to do tonight. Those of you that were on last week, you may have made it week one, you may have started and you may have said, well, I don't know, guess what, we're back at it again. I am challenging you all to make it personal. Make it personal. Make it personal. The wellness series is for you, my friend. How well are you mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, spiritually? Love language, all of this. How well are you before you can master all of those great things? Let's master you. How well are you? Make it personal and tell the truth. Own up to it. I'm not well. Whew, I am not well. Tell the truth. If you aren't well, if you know you need areas, or you know you have areas in your life that you really need to work on so you can become healthier, work on them. Someone may say, I'm not well in the area of communication. I struggle with communicating. Work on that. Someone may say, I struggle with being a listener. Let's work on that. Someone may say, I get offended easily. I get defensive easily. I get angry easily. I jump to conclusions. I never see my wrong. I'm always right. I'm a whiner. I'm a complainer. I'm negative. I'm this, I'm that. Whatever you acknowledge about yourself, that is good. That's good because you're being truthful with yourself. And once you become truthful with yourself, that's when you can really work on that area and begin to see growth take place. So we want to make it personal. Whatever it is that you discover about yourself, embrace it. Because believe it or not, it all ties into living a healthier lifestyle. Yes, it does. Because it won't weigh on you in the area of stress and then begin to affect your body. Because stress does hit the body. And when stress hits the body, it affects it in various areas of illnesses. Yes. Mm-hmm. And that's what our doctor really wants us to be. He really, or she really tries to prevent, give us preventive measures by asking us, how well are you, Mrs. Riley? What are you eating? What is your diet? Are you doing, even though they try to tell us that our waistline should be, well, that size there is a little too small. But I will get in a healthy range. Is that safe to say so? Yes, it is. Okay, we should make an attempt to get to a healthy weight size, or make an attempt because your body, the quality, what you put in it, the time you invest in yourself, checking on you, talking to yourself, writing out those goals, what you're expecting. So therefore you can live and not just really exist, meaning just go through emotions. You're there. Someone asks you, what is your holiday doing? know, they're not well. They've masked it for so long. They've masked it for so long, you all. And then they have no other choice but to face the harsh reality because the situation or a circumstance is going to arise and it's going to cause an eruption. Boom. And then you're going to have to face that hard truth. So it is our prayer that you embrace the wellness theory and you sit down and take a moment or two and ask yourself, how well, this is the question, you guys, how well are you? There it is right there. This entire month for the wellness theory, we're talking about it mentally and physically because the more you take care of yourself, mind and the body, you begin to you begin to just experience life in a total different way, and then you prolong your life. You eliminate all the stress. You can laugh, enjoy, race, jump around. Nothing bothers you as much because you're free. And that's the objective, to be free from mess and stress so we can live a good life in God. Healthy and wealthy. That's the key. Yes, it is. That is the key, guys. So let's continue to embrace ourselves. Let's put ourselves first. Let's prioritize us. Let's prioritize us. Make it personal. Take a day or two out of your week, maybe a week, but put in some time to invest in yourself. Again, I suggest you make your list of the good things you like about yourself and the not so good things. Address you, deal with you, so you can help you to evolve and become that better person that you know you can become. And guess what? You will be so comfortable seeing your growth. You won't be afraid of being uncomfortable, running from it, overlooking it, afraid to address it, not wanting to communicate, overlooking, blaming other people, blaming. No, 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 no. You can acknowledge, yes, that's who I was. Yes, I did do that. But I've grown in that area. I've since learned some things about myself, and I no longer operate that way. Please forgive me. I've learned some things. I may be in counseling, they may be in counseling, they may be seeing a psychiatrist, they may be doing various exercises to help them grow and go, but they are putting forth the work. Okay, you all? So again, thank you all so much for tuning in as you all do each and every Tuesday on the Celetha Body Show. And before I leave you guys, I want to just give a quick shout out to our girl Erica Brooks. She is in the Atlanta area. If you all are in the Atlanta area, I want you all to reach out to her for the Collide Brunch and Biz Masterclass. It will be taking place at the Western Atlanta, July 16, 2022. Okay, ladies, you can book your travel. You can contact me. I can get the information to you, and I can get you all set up. Again, she's my dear sister. Her name is Erica Brooks Henry, and she's hosting the Collide Brunch and Business Masterclass where your spiritual place intersects with the marketplace. You want more information? Connect with me on social media. Celetha How Beautiful Riley on Facebook. You can send me a message or on Instagram, DC Riley Top 1. And again, as always, we thank you all so much for chiming in to the Celetha Riley Show. Stay tuned for the entire month with the Wellness Series. How well are you? We want you to live healthier and wealthier. See you all again on next week, our friends, where we'll have another business sponsor. Thank you guys so much. See you again.
We're so glad you had the opportunity to join us with our inspiring conversational pieces that are motivational. It will continue to push you in your faith, build your family dynamics, health and wellness, financial freedom, all of those beautiful things. To stay connected with us, make sure you visit our website at dcriley.towerlifestyle.com, or you can send us an email at dcrileyministry@gmail.com. We look forward to you all joining us again on next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Enjoy your evening and make sure you stay empowered.